Good afternoon. Y'all, I didn't get any good sleep last night. I was on my phone. Oh my gosh, and my kids stayed up till freaking 4. I'm like, you're 12 years old. No, it was 6 in the morning. How do you stay up till 6? Crazy. I don't remember ever staying up that late. But no, y'all need to get off the gas. I just posted, it was more for like comical purposes. When I showed y'all the 50 people that hit me up on my profile. Hey, I was by myself at Christmas. I was by myself at New Year's. It's been 7 months. Like, I literally want just somebody to talk to, right? You know, I posted it just to show, and everybody's like, oh my God, just do you, and just focus on your son. I'm like, what are y'all, Dr. Phil? Like, calm down. It was a fucking date. I can hang out with a guy if I want to. And I wanted to just tell people about it. Sorry for keeping you in the loop. I will no longer tell y'all any of my shit. Y'all would be too lucky for that, right? I'm still gonna talk shit. It doesn't matter. But yeah, like it's not a big deal. People are like, don't give anyone the time of day and blah 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 blah. Calm down. I'm a big girl. I've done this probably way more times than you have. I'm just not really good at looking for signs, you know. So if I don't just dive into it head first like I usually do, we'll be fine. And I'm definitely way more guarded now. I mean, I'm freaking about to be 41, y'all. Like, I don't know if this is anybody's dream growing up. Like, oh, you know what? I can't wait to be in my mid-40s and trying to find true love. Like, no, it doesn't happen. But here I am doing it. I'm not the only one, I'm sure. Alright. Well, I obviously have to get dressed. It's raining. And I literally was gonna make a dance. Because my kid's gonna be sleeping all day. And my dogs are freaking sleeping and it's raining wet here. So, I figured I just wanted to come back and say, guys, it's okay. And then read y'all the devotion of the day. And then I'll come back and do something silly, I'm sure. Entertainment purposes. And hopefully, I mean, my goal of all this is to show anybody, because I'm a nobody, that God loves all of us. And it doesn't matter if you're big, small, what color you are, how many times you've been married, how many times you've been divorced, how many kids you have, if you can't have kids, if you're on dope, if you're an alcoholic, if you're a prostitute, if you're a lot lizard and truck driver, like, you could be murderers, rapists. I mean, it sounds terrible, and hopefully we can stop the freaking crime eventually. But I'm just saying, no matter how you are right now in this moment, you could literally just be like, you know, I can't do this anymore. I am freaking done by myself. I'm over it. There's got to be a bigger, higher power. People are telling me that Jesus is real. Come show me that you're real, Jesus. And then start a relationship. You have to let him into your heart, and then it grows. And then your heart starts to change, and then you start to change, and then you're going to start feeling it. Like, when you feel God, or you feel the Holy Spirit, like, you can actually feel it. It's not drug-induced, it's not alcohol-induced, it's not, carpal tunnel, or anything. I can't even explain it, but I know I felt it, and I was sitting in church, and I was actually single. I'd gotten through my first divorce. I was at, I don't know if it's called the Covenant Church. But there's a church over by NASA Road, because I lived in Clear Lake at the time, and I went and tried out a bunch of churches by myself. And I went to this one church, and like, that was probably the first time, so 2005 would have been the first time I went into a church and was like, damn, to the music and the singing and like how it just came through my body, and I literally felt the Holy Spirit. I was like, he is freaking here. Like, this is crazy. And I was by myself. I got to experience it. I cried. I prayed. And ever since that moment, Christian music has been like magic to me. So what are we saying? 20 years ago? 20 years from then? And I'm still going strong? Like, I would love for a Christian trivia music or, something about the lyrics and all that. I would love for one of those to come out because I would freaking master it. It's crazy how much music, the Christian music that I know. And it's literally 20 years. I jam that out at my bedroom. I jam it out right now in my living room and put my makeup on. Me and my son listen to it every morning on the way to school. It's just it's always just been my go-to therapy. And, if y'all have listened to all my stories and stuff, y'all know I was raped and all that. And so I was doing a lot of Xanax. I think I literally got up to 13 pills a day. Like at my worst. Because it would help me obviously forget everything. And then my anxiety was so bad and PTSD and all that other stuff and thinking someone's breaking into my house and it being dark. Like, I couldn't be in the dark for almost 3 years. It's crazy. And my ex, he used to travel a lot. In the house that he had gotten me, we had a alarm for the alarm on the house, but it was a clicker. So I would sleep with that. And if anything started freaking me out, like if the dog started barking, because that's what caused the first freaking situation to begin with. So it always like, oh my God, the dogs are barking, someone's here. I would press that freaking button. I guarantee you I had the cops and the fire truck show up at that house 6 times. Because I would be like, okay, alarm. And it goes straight to 911. But just like, it was just crazy, all the crap that I had went through. But even in those darkest times, even though I was like, oh my God, like I never once where people are like, oh, how do you believe in God? And how do you really know he's real? And if he's so great, then why would he allow all this crap to happen? Why? Because this is fucking hell, okay? There's no other nicer way to say it right now. I don't understand how it all works either. I don't understand a snake that talks in an apple. I don't understand all that, okay? All I understand is he made Adam and Eve. Bob and Sue or whoever. Who knows what their real names were? I don't know. We'll just stick with Adam and Eve. He made them. He made Adam first, and then he was like, oh, I don't want him to be alone. Let him have a follower. And then he made beautiful women like us. Then, I gotta turn this as talking. He said, you know what? I got 10 commandments, and y'all can do whatever you want, but I don't want you to eat the apple. It's just like parents. It's just like us having rules. Like, hey, your friends can come over here. I don't care. They need to take their shoes off when they come to the front door. They need to wash their hands before they start touching on all the food. They need to use their manners. They need to put the toilet seat back down. There's just things that need to happen. And if they don't, and I notice it, it's not consequences, but in that moment, it's like, hey, I gave you some rules. There wasn't that many, and you didn't do any of them. Like, congratulations, you suck, And then it's kind of like I'm over it. Like, I'm tired of repeating myself over and over. Like, my kid's 12, y'all, and I literally have to say, did you brush your teeth? Did you brush your teeth? I'm like, baby, you're not a baby anymore. But I swear I have to treat him like one. And it's so freaking frustrating. So, God doesn't have... He has the capacity to just be everywhere all the time. Everything. It's so superhero, I don't even understand it. But... all I know is as a parent, he made this world and he did everything perfect for us at the beginning. Why would you even risk it? If the maker of you, like an AI, like those shows are all out right now, an AI gets made, you tell it what to do and it does what you say. Now there's a few times they get a little glitchy or they get a little obsessed and they do what they want because they're turning into humans, and humans like to do whatever they want. I get that. So that's where the free will comes in. If God was, oh, he's going to fix everything, he's literally making us all AIs. Do y'all understand the difference? Like, hey, I made all these people, I made this wildlife, I made the trees, the mountains, the oceans, the rivers, the seas. But for us to enjoy. And honestly, I mean, I think it looks more like a shit show around here. All the litter and all the trash, and I just think we're a bunch of lazy assholes, and this place could be so much better. So much better. And I feel like when I get on rampages like I am right now, like I get into that feisty, negative Nancy, or y'all like, you don't want to be a Karen. But it's like, with all the money that people have, with all of the resources that we have in the United States, with so many millionaires and billionaires, there should not be starving people in this world. There shouldn't. There shouldn't be any countries without water. There shouldn't be any countries without education. Like, the United States, we have it here. As the chosen people, the best place to be in America, the United effing States, that if we would all come together and unite like a freaking state should, not the freaking wars and going off and killing people in their own freaking countries. My brother served, I've got tons of cousins that served, grandparents served. I don't understand it all. I think it's a waste. And I don't know why we can't just have peace. I don't know why we can't just be like, okay, let us do this, y'all do y'all, and then just everybody leave everybody frick alone. Like, we shouldn't be having to go and kill. Like, I've heard stories of our military having to be in Hummers and like having to go through streets, and they couldn't stop the Hummers because there could be timed bombs, and if people were walking in the street, you know what that would happen? They would just run them over. Parents, moms, husbands, children, babies, just run them over with the big, and then keep going onto their mission. Like, I cannot imagine living in that situation. And I don't understand what the hell. It's hell over there already. We're going to go over there and make more hell? Blowing them up? I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be fixed. I pray about it every day. I've been praying it since high school, since the freaking 9/11 shit went down. Like, give me the vision. Give me what you want me to do. Like, I have rich people. I can somehow start something if I just knew how or what the words to say. Like, you know, Martin Luther King and all these people, they had like good things to say, but did we implement it? Have we really done anything so substantial that we're like, we deserve a pat on our back right now? I don't think so. I honestly don't. I mean, I don't know. I'm going off all over the place right now. But like I said, I have barely any sleep. So, Shein, the clothes, I don't know how they do it. I heard they don't pay their people that good, and it's it's cheap, $2 or how much money they make an hour. But all I know is their clothes are super, super cheap, and they are fabulous. And I have bought so many outfits, like literally that would be my whole wardrobe if I could do it. But then I'm like looking at magazines, and it's like all of these actors and actresses, go out on the red carpet. And I'm not hating on the designers, I'm really not. But let's just be normal, let's just be real, let's be in the moment, and let's be deep about this right now. You're telling me that y'all have a one night a year red carpet extravaganza, right? And you're telling me that Carmen Diaz and Taylor Swift, you're wearing $100,000 dress, half of it see-through and sequins. Your boots are, I don't know, who knows, $50,000. And there's people out there starving. There's moms that have been beat up by their husbands, and they're taking their kids in shelters, living under the bridges without an ID, without anybody finding them because they don't want to get murdered. And we are so lavished with, oh my God, I'm an actor, I'm an actress, and I made all this money buying all of this bullshit, when literally if I could be that person, like, I swear, I keep praying that I'm gonna win the damn lottery, guys. I swear. I feel like I can change the world. I don't want to be president or anything crazy like that. But I've been buying lottery tickets. And I'm telling y'all, every competition I've ever entered, I have won. I'm telling you, when I was little, my mom was like, you are the luckiest little shit. We did like all these church, because we were Catholics, we did all these church things. And literally every, the silent auctions and all that. And then there was like stuff that you would just sign and hopefully get your name called. It was always mine. I mean, I won all kinds of stuff, $2,000 here, $2,000 there. I had just broken up with Mike. I went to Lake Charles by myself with $1,000. Spent the $1,000 on my last $100 bill, guys. Like, literally, I wasn't even thinking. I was drinking and by myself, and I was like, oh, slot. Max bid. I was like, shit, if this $100 like is gone, I'm either gonna have to call somebody or I'm gonna have to go through my freaking cup holders in my car for change, because it's what, an hour and a half, 2 hour drive almost home. I didn't even get gas, and I'm down to my last 100 out of 1,000. But I'm not gonna quit now. Don't be a quitter. Just keep going, right? Put it in this frog game, guys. Click it one time. And I had moved. Like, I was on Sex and the City. I was doing The Hangover. They had like all of these really, of course, and Wheel of Fortune. That was kind of one of my favorites too. But I just got on some random frog one, and this guy was leaping, and he landed on the middle, and it was some kind of bonus thing. I won $17,000 on that slot machine, guys. Off my $1,000, off my last $100, I won $17,000. I remember calling my mom, and they had to come over and do my tax paperwork and all that. Call my mom, and she's like, you need to go to your hotel room right now, because everybody, I'm sure, is looking at you, and you're by yourself. You stay in that room. So, like, I remember just going in the room, taking all the money, because they just paid me cash, put it all over the bed, watched TV, ordered a room service, lavished in it. And I mean, it's just things like that. It's like, damn. And I'm not better than anyone. And I don't believe I'm just lucky. I believe like that I'm here for a reason. I believe that I can help make change. I believe I can help move the bitter. Like, I'm even down to go to freaking prisons and talk to women. Like, I could have been one of those women. I literally worked in the sex industry, from 25 to 29? A solid like 4 years, 4 days a week, never at night or anything like that, and had girls working for me. So, I mean, that's literally what's it called? Organized crime. Like, I could have been in prison. I could have been in their shoes. But I never did get in trouble for that. I got in trouble for shoplifting at Walmart my senior year. We're not going to name any names. And then 2021, right at COVID, I was going through my divorce, my last divorce, and I kind of got strung out on some stuff. And I was hanging out with the wrong people. And my girlfriend was really strung out. And she was driving me to my mom's house. I had Batman in the backseat of her Jeep. I didn't have a car at the time, because homeboy that I was married to, after I was trying to kick him out of the house, he decided to come to the house with a bat, and I had a Mercedes SUV. He took a bat, and I have pictures to prove it. My hood, beat the shit out of it, and beat the shit out of my windshield, my freaking sunroof. It was like the whole panoramic sunroof all the way back. Fucking shattered it. My front door was a Texas glass front door, cherry wood. Fucking blasted it. I mean, I lost everything. My parents had to just sell that house. Basically, gave it for free. I bought it in 2013 with Keith for $190,000. We put $135,000 down. We financed $70,000 on a 15-year. And 2021, 2022, when I'm breaking up with this guy, My parents have to take the note over so he doesn't get half of the house if we sell it, because I'm buried at this point. And when they sell it, we're having to fix doors, we're having to fix cars. I mean, there was hundreds and thousands of dollars. He turned the heat on, the heating element on my gas fireplace. If I wouldn't have went to that house, who knows how long that was on. You just got this crazy whiff. Like, you literally had an instant headache right off the rip. And my mom's like, we can't light anything in here. We gotta open the windows. We gotta call Centerpoint. We have to call the cops. Like, there was gonna be an explosion coming soon. And it's so messed up. It really freaking pisses me off because there's babies all around our house. Like, we had a 3-car garage, a 2-story home, and a pretty nice sized backyard. There was still a single wide house to here, single story house here across the street, and they were all my son's friends. And at this time, we lived in the house. He was 2 years old, and I was leaving this guy when he was 6. It's like, you don't even know, like, I don't even know who my neighbors are next door, and I have to worry about shit like that. Just like the thing I told y'all not very long ago, if y'all watched that video, of how this lady wanted to get more freaking life insurance. So her husband was already dead from, natural causes on a couch one night. She went and checked on him. He wasn't breathing. He was dead. Instead of just taking the $20,000, she wanted the $50,000 on top of that if he had an accidental death. Well, so she lit him on fire, y'all, in an apartment complex down in LaPorte or by Dickinson. I don't remember where it is. You'll have to go back to the video. But no shit, there was a whole family, sister, brother, 2 little kids, husband and wife. They all burned to death. They couldn't get down the stairs because from all the flames coming up. They literally put towels over themselves. They were trying to protect the babies. And while they're doing that, they lost everybody. Everybody. Could you imagine? Could you imagine burning to death? Like, it gives me chills. It makes me nauseous. It makes me speechless. Like, I want to cry, but I'm just doing my makeup right now, so I'm trying to hold it in. I can't imagine. And for the fact that people that are good people, how they get their lives taken away from the people that just don't give a shit, that don't. They're just like, yeah, you know, they think they are Lucifer, I guess. Why are people getting off? Why are people so followed by all of this greed, all of this hate, all of this crime? Like, I still can't get over all these people that are like, oh, I write all these killers in jail. Like, they got fans from people that kill people. What? You're popular because you freaking rape and kill people? People like you because you kill and rape people? Those people are fucking sick to begin with, 1, okay? 2, have you never been raped or killed? Or, I mean, who raised you? How psychotic can your mind be for you to want to write somebody that hurts somebody and their whole family is going to suffer each and every day for the rest of their life? Like, I just can't fucking understand it. And yes, I will use the F word when I'm freaking pissed, because I'm freaking pissed. And I have spent years and years, all my girlfriends know, Lifetime movies, the ID channel, Cops, 48 Hours. Like, I feel like I have so much information, and it's like, what the fuck, y'all? And thinking of like, oh, okay, we're Christians, there's a great group out there, like, yes, there's hell, but then if you look closely and you stay in your own little bubble, you can feel heaven and you can see the goodness. But why? Why have we got this far? Why haven't the men, the men are so superior to us, girls, you know, we don't get paid as much, or we don't get respect, or whatever all the crap is. What the fuck are y'all doing to make this place better? Like, seriously. What? I mean, are we really every day, each and every day, waking up going, you know what? This is what we're going to do. We got to fight. From dusk till dawn. Make peace treaties. I don't know. Get people together and bond and band and come together. Like, I don't even want to get on this immigrant thing stuff. those are the least of my worries right now, because I've never once in my life had a complaint with a Mexican person, and everybody that's ever worked for me in any type of thing that was Mexican was a hard worker. They were always freaking valued. They were always trustworthy. They were always freaking on time. Like, I can think of a lot more other people that I could talk shit about and be more worried about. Leave the freaking Mexicans alone. Like, it's a free fucking country. Mind your own business. Like, I don't know. Let presidents and all of them deal with that shit. Like, I'm tired of hearing people talk about it. Like, what did they do to you? Are you just trying to be in that other group, the bad group, you know, to fit in and talk shit about people? Like, just leave it alone. I feel like I'm in high school again, and we had bullies, and I would be always the one saying, like, chill, dude, like, be nice. There's no reason to not be nice. I remember, and I know all of my friends can say, I might not be good with some of y'all's names, but I promise you, I at least said hi to every single person in that high school one time in my 4 years. I would walk down the halls, and I would be like, hey, oh, nice shoes, pretty, whatever, hey, what's up? I was nice to everyone. It did not matter. Color, size, age, whatever. I didn't give a shit. You were a person. I was proud to know you. I was glad to be at Willis High School. Y'all have no idea how many days and nights I cried in my bed going, Mom, I just don't want to go to this school anymore. I did not want to go to my Sacred Heart school anymore. I had went there my whole life. My dad had showed up there a couple times on coke. He was cheating on my mom. She was a teacher. Me and my brother, man, we really did go through the ringer in our childhood. And it was so embarrassing. You know, when everybody knows everybody, and so people would just look at us like, I don't even know why they're at this school, you know, because, one, now we can't afford it because my mom doesn't have any money now. And now everybody knows that my dad's a dope guy, and everybody knows that my dad's cheating on my mom, and here we are at this Catholic school my mom's worked at. I mean, there was just so much negativity, and, like, I literally was cool with the group, and it was the same kids I went to school with from 1st grade till 6th grade. But every year I kind of felt like I was getting more ghosted. You know what I mean? Like, these people all still had their parents were still married, and, you know, everything was just prim and proper, and everything was great. And I was just like, I don't know if it was me letting go, because I was in my own funk and family drama that I was like, I'm done with the sleepovers. I don't give a shit. Like, did my own thing. Or if I was just like, you know what? I need a change. Like, I don't want to be somewhere where everybody knows my every freaking move. I mean, look at me now. I like it because it's helping me heal. And right now, my insurance, dude, I signed up online for insurance, and the guy, I swear, on the phone, y'all, he said, oh, it's $500, like, for the year, okay? For health, vision, and all that, because I'm on that marketplace thing for poor people. I can't get Medicaid or anything, but it's Ambetter, and it's cheap. So I get this letter in, right before the verse, saying, oh, you need to go online and pay your premium so you can have the coverage. So they sent me the cards and everything, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, I told you I have depression, and I have PTSD, and obviously I'm all over the place. And I don't have any Adderall right now. I don't get it until the 8th, so it's probably another reason why I'm all freaked out and tripped out. But, oh my gosh, what was I going to go with this? So I go online. Go online, guys. And it's $538 a month. Are you serious? Like, I don't even have a car note. My car's paid off. Like, I'm not paying $500. And I know some of y'all probably have to. Like, that's cool. I gotta pull this hair out. I gotta redo this. There is no way I would pay $6,000 a year just to get prescription medicine. I'm like, no. I will do a lot more meditation, and I'll do a lot more reading. Like, I'm not doing that. But my psychiatrist, if you don't have insurance, you're paying $300, $400 just for the hour. So I used to do that, I don't know, I probably did it for like up to 7 years, on and off. I haven't been able to see one in months. So now I'm like, well, I'm self-healing now. And I think maybe that's why God's like, oh, do the life coaching certificate through A&M. Because I honestly, it's given me so many tools to use on myself. And I just know it's baby steps. And it's just being thankful for the moment. You know, I know getting kicked out of a house I was in for 4 years. I was raising stepkids. I was raising grandkids. I mean, I seen grandkids born. I was there each and every day when I was off work at Margaritaville to go babysit while they went to work. Like, I had a routine. I had a family. I had a life. It was a passion of mine. And I get off that. And my second marriage as well. Like, he had kids that called me mom. And then they had their first baby that I saw be born. I did baby showers. I mean, the kids lived with me. All their friends came. I cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I made their lunches. I helped them with their homework. I took them to school. I bought their cars. I bought their first cars. I paid for their car insurance. Their own parents did it. I did. Because I was their parent too. And then when we break up, because people are cheating and lying and acting like assholes, they're going to have their kids turn on me and make me try to be the bad person? When all I ever did was love them unconditionally, still think about them and love them. And it freaking hurts my soul. Like, it really does. The older I get, the more pissed I get about how people are so freaking vain, how people are so freaking selfish that they just care about their image. Like, if you cared so much about your fucking image, right? Then why are you doing the stupid shit? Just don't do it. Be a man, step up, act your fucking age, be respectful, go to church. So let me tell you all a little freaking memory on this one. Tell me how messed up this is. Okay, so I leave. Literally, I'm so pissed off. It's right during the holidays. The guy that I like, and I was in love with this guy more than I'd been in love with anybody my whole life. Found out that he was cheating. He's been cheating on his first wife. He cheated on his second wife. He cheated on me. Like, he's just addicted to sex, okay? All I wanted him to do is to admit it to me. Like, just tell me that you're freaking cheating on me. Put an app on his phone. I could hear the conversations. I could see where he was going at work. Like, I already knew, but I just wanted him to fucking be my best friend like he promised. Like, he used to write shit on my mirrors and stuff and all of this bullshit. And never would admit and try to act like I was crazy. When I downloaded an app on your phone, it's showing me exactly what you're texting. I literally could hear the voicemails. I literally could hear the phone calls. So I packed my shit. Packed my kids' shit. This house I got with my first husband, which was my baby daddy, right? And I'm leaving this family in this house that I helped my son walk in. And I'm having to leave because he doesn't want to leave. And I'm so fucking disgusted by how this is turning out. My 7 years I've wasted on this family. I hung out with ex-wives. I got along with stepkids. I took care of a stepchild that had disability. I did all of this shit just to be fucking used and abused. Lost my car, my house, credit. Spent, I don't know, I'll say $75,000 just in bullshit. Just to try to make something work. Nobody can sit here and be like, oh, you didn't fight for it. Y'all don't fucking know what I have done and where I have been. Now, I'm not my mom, and I promised myself I wasn't going to be her, and no offense to her, but my brother and me are on the same page here. Growing up, how we grew up for as long as we did, and I know I have friends that have seen it firsthand because I had the same girlfriends. I had 2 best friends and a handful of good friends. And you just saw everything unfold over and over and over. Taking the truck at night. I mean, taking showers outside, y'all, before he could come in because he probably smelled like a girl. Going to restaurants and then taking me at, I don't know what my mom said. We were at a mall, okay? And I was the cutest little girl. I'm sorry. Oh my God, if I could get pregnant with a baby girl, that would be my dream, y'all. We're walking in the mall, and I said, oh, Mommy, look, that's Daddy's friend. And she's like, how do you know this girl? And I had told her, oh, well, we went to the movies when you weren't home. He used to take me on dates while he was married to my mom as I'm a child. And people are like, how did you turn out so crazy and bad? Well, you know what? I have some fucked up stories, and the older I get, the more I'm starting to remember stuff. I remember all kinds of things. And my brother even knows worse things, but I'm not going to throw his dirty laundry out there because he probably didn't want it talked about. But, I mean, we've been through some shit, y'all. And for me to be able to be like, all right, I mean, my mom stayed because the whole, oh, we're Catholic, got to do the right thing. Then you gained all the weight, you were depressed, you were freaking an asshole psycho bitch because you weren't happy, so then we weren't happy because you were trying to deal with this guy that you could never fix. You prayed about it. Nothing got fixed. Why did you not just say, you know what? Me and my kids deserve better than this. I deserve better than this, and walk away. You do not need to stay in a marriage of just fighting and arguing and breaking shit. And like, what is wrong with you? Are you really that mentally unstable? Are you really that lonely? Or you really don't like yourself that much that you're going to be in a relationship no matter what the cost is, just so you don't be alone? That's messed up, y'all. And I can do it for a little bit, and I'll pray, oh, okay, you know, people can change. There's always that moment where you're like, oh my God, if he was like this all the time, he'd be perfect. Like, this is who I would marry right here. But that guy only shows up every month for 3 hours, and then it's a big fight, or it's slamming doors, or it's breaking doors, or it's hiding car keys, and it's turning off credit cards, and it's turning off cell phones or hiding cell phones. Like, I've been through it all, y'all. I don't know. And y'all know in high school, I'm not going to name names, but I mean, I dated the same guy in high school. He cheated on me and he was a psycho too. Like, I don't know what it is about me, but that's just who I attract. And I'm a good person. I really am a trophy wife. Like, I have so many great things that I do when I was in relationships and with guys and with kids, and keeping traditions and playing games and just being that mom that, you know, people want to have around. Very outgoing and positive and passionate. And this guy just like freaking took part of my soul, but I'm getting it back. But it took literally, I would have to think about this guy while I was still dating another guy. A year and a half later, he was still popping my head. And I don't know if it was the PTSD because he kidnapped me, or if it was because like I actually did really give that dude my heart and his kids my heart and my life, and then just to get trampled on by bullshit. It doesn't make any sense to me, honestly. Like I said, I've been in the sex industry, and sex is sex is sex. What it is, it's the connection, brain to brain, mental capacity here, of what you have with the person. If you're just going out just for that thing down there, don't get married. You're never going to be able to be faithful. You're never going to be enough for anyone, and they're never going to be enough for you. Just don't. Once you find somebody and you have that connection, though, and then you go and do it with somebody else, and then you try to come back and you try to make that work, y'all, that's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow. And I mean, maybe if people would have told me straight up, like, okay, yes, I went to the strip club and things got a little out of hand and I spent $800 and I bought this, this, and this, and you came clean, maybe if you could own up to the bullshit that you did, I probably would have given you a little bit more respect. Might have given you a little more grace like God. But you, just like lying, you can't lie to God. God knows if you're doing dope. God knows if you're drinking wine too much. God knows if you're doing liquor. God knows if you're stealing. God knows if you're, you know, all this stuff. If you talk to him about it, though, treat him like, hey, you're my dad. You're my best friend. You're the only one that knows the inside and the outside of me. You're always faithful. You're always true. I want to be more like you. But let's talk. Like, this is what I have a problem with. I know you know I have a problem with this. Let's fix this. Pray about it. Meditate about it. Write it down. Change starts with you. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just have your spouse or your wife or whatever tell you, like, oh, you know, you need to do this. That's not going to fucking work. So listen, I leave this guy. I move into a storage unit with my son. Of course, he tells somebody at school, and the counselors and the principals call me, and they're like, do we need to get you a women's shelter? And I'm like, no. I mean, my parents literally lived in Bentwater, building a big house. But I had left this guy and got an apartment 2 years prior, and he used to stalk me there, and he followed me to Bayland School one day, and just wanted to talk and cried, and God, he sounded so genuine, and he just loved me so much. Like, I thought when we were close, he did my hair, he spray tanned me, he did, we had a bond that I've never had with a guy. Like, he was a best friend girl, like one of my girlfriend best friends. He was that in a man, and he was like perfect. The way he looked, the way he stood, the way he opened my doors, the way he wrote to me, the way he talked, like, just everything about him was perfect, right? But nobody's perfect. So I move into the storage unit, and he sends me an email. And don't forget, I still have this app, and I don't have to have his phone. I can go onto the computer, and I can just download all of the stuff. But I did it for 30 days. And my mom would laugh because when I first did it, I threw another phone in his car so I could hear it on speaker. We drove over there one night, and I was like, oh my God, the truck's probably unlocked. Let me go. So she pulls up. I run to the house that I used to live at, right? I take one of these little flip phones over there, and I have it on, and I throw it in the car. And then I get in the car with my mom, and we drive off, and turn my phone on, put the app on, and you can hear it go shh. So it's like, okay, the phone is on, right? Well, I didn't realize that I didn't turn the freaking ringer off on that end. So, of course, the phone rings. And then all of a sudden you could hear the door open, the door shut. Like, he was getting in the truck. It was raining. He was getting in the truck. He heard something beep. He got out of the front seat of the car, got into the back seat, found whatever was dinging, and then literally left it in the rain. All I could hear that whole night was rain. So that did not happen very well. So anyways, he sent me an email, and it was like, I don't know what you're trying to do. You think you know everything. You don't know shit. All of this stuff. I love you and Balin, and y'all are my family, and you're my kid's mom, and, blah, 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 right? Well, I go on this app, and there's this one girl he's talking to, and I'm like, no offense, I'm not trying to be trashy or rude or whatever, but seriously? That's who you chose. Okay. Well, hopefully she had a really nice personality. That's all I'm going to say. So, I literally text her, because if the guy's not going to tell you the truth, somebody's going to tell you the truth. Like, hey, I've been with this guy for 7 years. My kid calls him dad. I mean, he's been in his life since he was 2. I'm not living with him anymore. He's living in my house that I paid for. Like, can you tell me what he's doing? Because clearly he's talking to you. I have this app. And then she's like, oh, yeah. He said that y'all were separated, y'all were getting a divorce, and that he left you. And I'm like, okay, that's a fucking lie. No, let's just be out there, honestly. No guy has left me. I have left them, okay? And obviously they left me in spirit and emotional because they've all cheated on me or did something terrible. But nobody's been like, Leslie, you have been a shitty wife or girlfriend, and I don't want to be with you. They've all fought for me. But it's like, you had me. 100% you had me. I wasn't being unfaithful to you, and if anything was going on with a business situation, you knew everything that was happening. 100%, I was your best friend, you were supposed to be mine, and it never freaking happened. Over and over and over again, I got screwed and screwed and screwed and screwed, and I'm just like, what the is going on? I thought it was cool to tell the truth, And I didn't tell the truth a lot to anybody. My closest girlfriends and the man I was with. Parents, family, like everybody, I was a lie to everyone. Now, I mean, it's coming out, but in the moment, I wasn't going to tell anyone. So, this girl, that, you're a piece of shit and your husband's leaving you. Oh, okay, that's how it's going down. All right, whatever. So, of course, he doesn't make payments on the truck that I freaking put my credit on, so he gets that shit repoed, and he's all freaking out. I'm like, dude, I'm not paying for your shit and letting you live in my house, and I'm paying for your electric, I'm paying for your water, I'm paying for the groceries, and what are you doing? You're bringing girls to the house? Like, insane shit, guys, insane. I don't even want to get into all of the stuff I've dealt with, but, like, I need to have my side out there as well, because I get bashed by all of these people and their families, and it's like, I didn't do anything that wasn't out of love for your dad. 100%, I've dated a few dads, and I loved each and every moment that was good. And I stayed longer in all of those relationships with these dads because of the kids. I promise you, if they didn't have kids, they didn't have grandkids, I would have been gone a long fucking time ago. But I was willing to be like, because I wanted to be that mom. I wanted to have that big family. I wanted to have these big get-togethers. I like cooking a lot of food and rapping. I hate rapping, but I like to have all the presents and shop. And I mean, I dig all that stuff. Like, that's who I am. I can't even explain it. But I know that's like where I'm supposed to be. I'm not supposed to have 5 or 6 kids come out of me, though. I mean, I'm supposed to be a stepmom to somebody. And I keep going and going and going, and the guy just keeps being shittier and shittier and shittier, and I'm just like, and my poor kid, he's grown up with, you know, all these kids in his life, and then he has cousins, and then we're just, this Christmas, we're by ourselves, just me and him and the dogs. I mean, and we're enough for each other. It's not that we couldn't make it work, but we're so used to having a big heart and having all the friends and having, you know, all of this stuff in our life. That once it just gets taken away from something so petty and so retarded. It'd be different if I, you know, couldn't do anything, or if I was one of those wives that, oh, you have to wait till anniversary or whatever. I mean, I was never that girl, y'all. Like, I always made sure I had outfits, I had heels, I looked cute, I did makeup. Like, even if I wasn't working, I would cook, clean, and I would make sure I was pretty when he got home. Like, that's what my family taught me to do. So that's what I did. So this girl, she's like, oh yeah, your man was going to leave you. And he's come to my house. She had like 5 kids too, and he already has kids. He had 4 kids, and then she has, really, you're going to have 9 kids, and the dude barely even kept a job? Shut the fuck up. Anyways, it gets worse. So he's telling me, oh my gosh, I love you. I've been going to church. I went to the front, and they prayed over me, and I know I've done you wrong, but I haven't done what you think I've done, and you've got to give me another chance. Well, come to find out, she sends me a link, y'all. I'm 29 years old. No, 39 years old. I get this link. No, they're not 39. I was 36. I was 39 with the last guy. 36 with this guy. Okay. 36 years old. Having an app with my husband on there, getting cheated on, just like my mom did, like living the same freaking path life over and over. And I'm like, I promised myself in the closet when I was little, while they were fighting, that I would never allow a man to put their hands on me. If you did it one time, and that was it, because I'm gone. There's no excuse for it. I don't give a shit how much money you have. I don't care how hot and good looking you are. I don't care how amazing your family is. You're a piece of shit at that point. No man should put hands on. Oh, and then, you know, the last guy, ooh, he pissed me off. He looked at me like hell on water. And I went to smack him. Oh, and then he came on the side of the house and came back and he had all these scratches on his face. Which I did not even scratch you. If I was going to do anything, I would have punched you. I would have slapped you. But there's no way I scratched your fucking face trying to make me look like a psycho. Like, that's narcissistic, crazy. I knew you were fucking crazy. Now I 100% know it was a great idea to leave you. Should have done it sooner. Anyways, back to this link. I clicked the link, y'all. She and him have made the front advertisement of the Second Baptist Church in Magnolia. He has his hand on her. He's still married with my wedding ring, okay, to me. I mean, I'm not with him, and I know I'm going to divorce him at this point. But I don't even understand how to fathom this. How would you walk into God's house? You've been cheating on your wife, lying to your wife, treating your kids like shit. Now you're lying to this chick about how you're divorcing your wife, which you have no money. I'm the one having to pay for everything. You have your arm around this girl. You were on the main church page, and your hands in the air, and you're praising God, and the camera people are coming around, and they're recording my husband holding another girl in church while we were still married. I think in that moment, that hurt me more than any of the cheating, more than any of, oh, I bought this girl a cell phone, more than having girls in my house when I was out of town. You went to God. You went to God's house walked in there with pride and joy and commitment and Christianity, and held another woman in there and actually praised the Lord that morning. You can't get any sicker than that, y'all. And then I guess after that moment, I kind of turned into my mom a little bit. She turned, hard and bitter and bitchy, and she just wouldn't put up with shit. She didn't put up shit for me and my brother. We did anything, you got grounded, you went to your room. I mean, she was our mom and our dad. She was strict as hell. All my friends know she's crazy. I know she means well, but we aren't the same. She has a good heart. I have a good heart, but my heart's so different. Hers is very structured, and I mean, she's just bred a different way. And I don't know. I'm more of a free spirit, and just in that moment though, I could feel myself turning into her, because it's like, how much more can you go through, and how much sickness do you have to have in your body to do that? Like, you walked into the Lord's home, a holy place people bring their families to. People want to grow. They actually want to learn. They want to be better. They just want to have a better life for them and their family. And you are married to somebody else, and you were going in there holding another woman, acting like she's the woman you were with. That hurts so bad, y'all. And then I remember, I'm with my new guy, because this guy's already kidnapped me from my kid's basketball game. I got the cops called. We had to get restraining and protective orders. I mean, I had went through some shit for 3 years with this one. And finally, I had this guy that I was dating, my last, he's like, you don't need to be alone. Because he was breaking into my neighborhood, coming to the house, turning off my electricity. I had called the cops, and they said, well, because you're still married, man, we can't do shit. Like, he's never even lived at this rental. It's a fucking rental, y'all. He broke in. He went to my kids' rooms, ransacked everything. I had candles. He lit candles, got the wax, fucking chunked candles, broke them on my walls in this house that I was renting, y'all. A brand new rental. Ruined it. So me and my kid gets home one day, and I walk in, and there's shit everywhere, broken. Hit my son's clothes. Like, why did you even get my kid involved? Why did you have to go do this to him? He didn't do shit to you. I didn't even do shit to you. But you're mad because you didn't get away with it? Like, I'm over it, y'all. I'm over all of this. Like, it's time to be like, okay, I'm 40 years old, y'all. I did some shit. I am sorry. I messed up, and I'm gonna make it up to you guys. I'm gonna make it up to God, and I'm gonna make it up to myself, and I'm gonna make it up to my parents. Like, I know that, and I've been doing so good. It's just not fair that not everybody is like that. Like, people are right now literally 50 years old acting like they're still 20. Like, you can't grow up still? Like, you don't have that much longer, dude. Oh my gosh. The struggle is real, y'all. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't understand all the scammers and all of this crazy shit. Like, is there anybody out there real anymore? I mean, am I the only person that's going to be real from here on out? Like, everyone's just going to have their beautiful face and family photos, and everyone's just going to act like everything's perfect, when clearly y'all just heard my story, and I've always posted family pictures and happy pictures, but inside I was never really happy. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm going to tell you if I'm happy. I'm going to tell you if I'm not. I'm going to tell you if there's a good guy there, or if there's not, or if it's a girl, or if whatever it is. Like, I'm not going to lie anymore. I don't give a shit if you like me, if you don't like me, if you respect me, if you don't respect me. You think I'm crazy? You don't think I'm crazy. It's fine. I've gone through this my whole life. I don't care anymore. I know I've been asked multiple times by people, if you had one wish, who would you want to be? And I've never once, ever once, said I wanted to be somebody else but myself. And I will give that credit to my parents. Okay? My mom might have never complimented me. She was, you look like a slut, and blonde, bleached hair, and all this and that. And then I got my dad and my stepmom, and I'll give them credit on this one, because they were the only parents for years that would build me up no matter what was going on in my life. They would tell me I'm beautiful, I had a great heart, I was going somewhere. And it's that kind of mental stuff that you get from your family that keeps you going, you know? Now, obviously, there's other things attached to all of that drama that, you know, I can't just be with those people because they give me compliments. But I hold on to the good and not the bad. So I remember my little sister asking me not very long ago, like, hey, you know, are you not going to come over here and have a relationship with me or what? I'm like, when you get your own place, when she has a baby, of course I want to be an aunt. Of course I want to know. I want to see pictures of this little baby. Her name's Autumn May. Like, I have a niece. Like, I love girls. Like, OMG, I would spoil the shit out of her. But she lives at home. And I just can't go back and relive that lifestyle. I've already worked too hard to get out of it. And I just won't do it. I'm not going to do it again. I can't make myself do something that I know won't end right, you know? You can only break up and go back, go break up and go back, go break up and go back until it's just like, you're never going to be okay. If it didn't work, it just didn't work. I love you. I pray that, you know, you are happy and that you're not struggling and that y'all are getting along and, like, that the baby's healthy and my sister finds true love and not all these douchebags like her big sister had found. Like, I pray about all this stuff, y'all. I pray for people I don't even know that I see, and I'm like, oh my God, bless her heart. Like, literally, if they have bruises at Walmart or whatever, like, I'm literally in the moment. If cops and ambulances are driving on the freaking road, my kid will even vouch. I will do the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit and pray that whoever is in that car or whoever is getting in that car, they get safely to the hospital. Like, I go above and beyond. I've done this my whole life with strangers, and it really pisses me off, though, when I give myself solidly to somebody, emotionally, physically, spiritually, you know, financially, all of that, just to get shit on. For what? What? Just to say, oh, you got me? It was just a game the whole time? Like, we're still in high school? Bitch, you didn't even get your... Both of these guys just got their GED, too. Like, they didn't even get a diploma. So, maybe that was a fucking sign. I don't know. All I know is, if there's any guys out there listening to me, being a psycho right now, and y'all have done wrong, y'all have cheated, lied, stole, whatever, and your wife or your partner, and you know that they're there for you, I'm telling you right now, the best thing you can do, it's gonna hurt like hell. 100% it's gonna hurt like hell. You do not keep lying to her. You fucking man up and you say, hey babe, I know you thought some things are going on. I need to tell you, and you want to fix it. I don't know if you do counseling. I don't know if you just being open and honest with her, that y'all can just work through it, but you have got to tell the truth. You keep living in that lie and you keep holding on to all that guilt, that shit will eat you alive. It will ruin you. You'll be in the hospital, you'll have high blood pressure, you'll be depressed, like crazy shit. Just crazy. It's not worth it. You're not here long enough to have that life, to live like that. Make this worth it. Be honest, be true. Be a better you each and every day. I don't know how much more I can say it. All right, I've been on here for an hour. I'm going to read, and then I'm going to get dressed. I hope I didn't scare all y'all, but at this point, I really don't care. I'm going to come on. It's Leslie's show, Leslie's channel. If you don't like Leslie, then don't subscribe. If you like Leslie, subscribe, and I'll just keep talking. It's fine. But Jesus is calling. I am able to do far beyond all that you ask for. Come to me with positive expectations. Let me turn this down. Hello. I gotta read my thing.
Oh, I don't have to scroll to
I know, I saw Dad say that. Okay, ask my spirit to control your mind so that you can think great thoughts of me. Do not be discouraged by the fact that many of your prayers are yet unanswered. Time is a trainer, y'all, teaching you to wait upon me, to trust me in the darkness. The more extreme your circumstances, and boy, don't y'all know my circumstances are extreme, the more likely you are to see more powerful and glory results. Instead of letting these difficulties draw you into worrying, try to view them as setting the scene for my glorious intervention. And y'all, I've been in the intervention. It's happening. Keep your eyes and your mind open wide to all that I'm going to do in your life. Don't ever think I'm not working. Even when you can't see it, I am working. Even when you cannot feel it, I am working. You've allowed me into your heart. I am with you each and every step of the way. And that goes back to the kids on my YouTube channels that ask me, like, how do you believe in God? And how is this true? He gave us free will. He didn't tell us to go kill people. He didn't tell us to do this and do that. He said, don't eat the apple, and they did. So he's like, all right, well, if I'm going to tell them what to do and they're not going to listen to me, then I'll let them figure it out on their own. Huh. And by us not listening to the rules, look what happens, right? It's just like all of us that have kids. I did not wait till I was married to have sex. I got pregnant before I was married. But then I'm married because I was pregnant. You know, everything's just bass backwards, and it just wasn't meant to be. I'm never going to take it back. I remember having a conversation with him and knowing that we wanted to get pregnant. So it was definitely, you know, discussed in what we wanted. But under the Bible and in the commandments, I mean, God was probably mad at me, you know? But it is what it is. I did what I was supposed to. I had the baby. I love the baby. He is my baby. But yeah, like, I don't understand why, you know, I understand you having fame and money and all that, and that's great. Like, lavish yourself. I've been in a private plane. I've lived in a 6,000 square foot home, you know, with a courtyard pool and 6 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. Like, I've done it all too, y'all. And I've been poor as shit and lived in a storage unit. And I'm telling you, I've been just as happy and just as sad in both the damn places. It doesn't matter what you have. It matters on how you feel about yourself and what you've been doing. Are you doing good things? Are you, you know, doing what's right? Are you helping others? $100,000 on a dress for one night? I would never in my life, y'all. I even have a YouTube video of me showing one of my prom dresses that was like $11 or $17. And it looks like it's a $500 dress. Like, you can find absolutely stunning outfits, beautiful shoes, all kinds of crazy nice stuff for cheap. And then use the other $90,000 because you only spent $10,000, which is still ridiculous, but hey, it's way better than $100,000 on a freaking dress. You take the other $90,000 and you give it to charities, or you open up a shelter, or you open up a center for whatever to help the world be a better place. It sucks that we need money to survive in this world. But God always says if you give, He's going to give you back. What, 7 times 70? So it's a win-win no matter what. It's going to make you feel good knowing that, hey, I bought you this. I don't want the money back. I'm glad I can help you. God's blessed me to have these funds, and I can help you. I want to help you. And then you, in turn, take care of you, but you help somebody however you can help them. It might not be money, but it could be tutoring. It could be taking care of their kids or cleaning their house or whatever, anything. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a reason. Everybody can do something to make a change. Small or big, it doesn't matter. It's still a change. And each and every day, if we all made a change, each and every day, billions and billions of people around the world, we would see change. It would happen with us. It would happen in our community at this time. Then it would happen with our city. Then it would happen with our state. And then all of a sudden, the United States, we're like rock hard, powerful, God's people, you know, loving, respectful. And it's crazy because it's like the only time we really come together during hurricanes or tornadoes. Like, oh, we'll help the neighbors, our house is flooded. You know, the 9/11, that was still devastating. And we come together, but then it's like once the crazy wears off of it, we all go back to being assholes again. And then we don't care. We're not opening doors for people. We're not checking in on people. We're just being terrible people. And I've had way too many of my friends die young, where every day I'm waking up, I'm like, what do I want to do? Like, I have a business degree. I have a communication minor. I have my life coach. I have a real estate license. I used to sell jewelry. I've sold clothes. I've done remodeling. I've helped my kids in modeling, like picture modeling. I've done modeling. I've been promotional models for Miller Lite and NASCAR. Like, I've done so many things, and I've enjoyed each and every moment that I've done. But there's never been that everybody's like, oh, this is what I want to be, and they're doing it. They're cops, and they're owning hair salons, and they're teachers for 30 years, and they're this, and I don't have any of that. I mean, like, literally my most career, how many years, I've literally been a waitress more than I've been anything. Or, you know, worked behind a bar, or worked at a restaurant. Like, over and over, that has been my thing, because that's me helping people. That's me choosing my own hours and days to work. I don't have to do it 8 to 5 or whatever. And, I mean, I just happen to make good tips because I just connect with people. But God didn't put me on this earth just to be a waitress. You know? Like, there's bigger plans for me. And I know my parents didn't pay all this money for my educations. And I mean educations because each thing costed, you know, $25, I mean, probably $40,000, $50,000 in school, stuff that I've never even used. I've never even used my bachelor's degree, y'all. And I got it back in 2004, 2005. Because I don't know what I want to do. I was like, oh, social worker one day, and, you know, psychologist or sociologist. And it's always been to help people. But it was like, I don't know, I never wanted to be put in like okay, you've got to turn in this spreadsheet this day, and you've got to like have that somewhat structured. I didn't get Adderall until, 5 years ago either. So maybe I would have been a different mindset, being all over the place, not realizing what was wrong with me. Because as a Catholic, you know, you don't take medicine unless you have to. And we were very natural growing up. So even if my mom was like, there's something wrong with you, I don't know if it's a, you know, menstrual or whatever, but you're psycho crazy. I was bipolar, had obviously childhood traumas, I had ADHD, and I had freaking terrible social anxiety, y'all. I did not overcome speech and communications until after high school. I was always so scared. I remember doing plays back in the day and having to stand in front of the class. I would be so sweaty everywhere. Like, maybe they couldn't see it because I was trying to be so confident. I could not have done this. Like, me and my few girlfriends at the house, we would, you know, record shows. It was just us. Then I was all good. You know, center stage, whatever. And I can dance in the background and make facials and be funny as hell. But when it comes to me actually having to tell y'all something, it's like, is it going to be good enough? Am I going to get anything out? And then I had all of this stuff that's perfect, and then I come, and then there's nothing. And it was so frustrating. And I remember telling one of the speech guys, I'm like, dude, I have to take speech in college. And I said, you know, I've always wanted to be that person that would talk in front of tons of people. You know, I always wanted to be somebody, but a helping hand out there, you know? It wasn't even about, I need to be a Marilyn Monroe and you have to remember my name. I just want people to be like, oh my God, do you remember that God girl? That crazy God girl? You know, like, if I can do this for years and then I die, I want people to remember God. And like, oh my God, well, she had a crazy life story, but she was always still positive. Like, there has to be something special about this God. And then that you look into it, that you actually start feeling it and making and doing a difference because you're seeing it from me. Like, I've been through some shit, y'all. I mean, I've lived in my car for, I don't know, I'll say 3 weeks. I've lived in an apartment and didn't have money to put my electricity on. And I would just make a pallet and stay there because I was like, I don't care. I have my own place. It is what it is. Like, I was just safe. Like, I have been through some stuff. I've slept in my car so many times, y'all. And it was like, in those moments, though, it's where I was the most safe. It was where I was the most happy. Because I've put myself in so many different situations where it's like, you literally could have been murdered that day. You literally could have been killed by that guy. You literally could have, I mean, just so much crazy. It's like, but God, he's not gonna take it away from the situation happening because it's free will again. But he will be there to protect you through it. And I was watching one of the kidnapping shows the other day too on Lifetime. And this girl he literally put a dog thing over her neck. So if she would cry or scream, it would shock her. She was a 13-year-old girl that missed the bus from school. So she started walking home. And this military guy out of the woodwork grabs her, tells him that he's a cop and all this, and takes her, ties her up to this bed, keeps her hostage for like 2 years, y'all. I would lose it. I don't understand. And I pray real hard for all those parents that are dealing with that right now, that have dealt with it, that have lost children because of the insane world that we live in. Like, if my kid got taken, y'all, I feel like I'm a Liam Neeson, and I know people with millions. I swear to God, I will find you and I will kill you. But to even have to fathom that you have to go look for your child because you don't know where he's at, or her, because somebody took them. There's so many people in the world. Everyone has a person. Have we not figured that out yet? Like, there's millions of people. God didn't just not give you a person so you have to steal somebody. God did not give you a person so you have to kill somebody. You're not where you're supposed to be with God. That's why you haven't found the person that you're supposed to be with. And you just keep doing bad stuff. You're not going to be blessed with a person. And I'm not even going to get into any kind of this child molestation shit. Fucking shame on you. And what the is going on? Literally, that I could just talk to you about for days. I can't. I cannot deal. All the beautiful women and all the beautiful men that are out there, you still have to go that low to mess with a child. That is all I care. That's all I gotta say right now. Fuck that. Raping women, just as bad. Children, taking their youth away from them when this world is so quick, y'all. I'm too passionate. Like I told you, I'm writing a book. I can't say everything. Because when I get on this little rampage, y'all, it gets me fired up. The moral of the story, though, is I was born into a Christian family. I was taught and raised with Our Fathers and Hail Marys and the Eucharist and confirmation and the body of Christ and the blood of Christ and repentance and resurrection and birth and nativity and just the word. And I can't sit here and say that I've read the whole Bible. I've read chapters of the Bible. I've read lots of verses. I listen to more music than anything. And I listen to God. And of course, it's not God in your head. Like, you're not going to hear a man voice. You're like, how do you know you're talking to God? It's not God's voice. It's your voice. But it's like, how did you even come up with that idea? How did you even go to where this? It's because he was guiding you. In 100% my life, I've done some crazy, but I have been guided and I have been protected. there's nothing, there's not any, the best luck person or whatever could have gone through my journey without having a savior, without having a guardian angel by their side. No freaking way. Impossible. No scientist, no whatever. There's no way that I am here looking as beautiful as I am, as healthy as I am. Y'all, I had sepsis a year and a half ago. My liver and my kidneys were shutting down. I was in Mexico when I got it. Somehow it was that UTI. I didn't want to go to the Mexican hospital, so I wanted to wait it out. They were like, literally, if you would have came one more day later, you would have just been a vegetable. I probably wouldn't have even been able to make my videos. I probably wouldn't even be able to break it up with my boyfriend. I wouldn't be able to take my kid to school and sing songs with him on the way anymore. I would be dead. Or I'd be so fried that I wouldn't even know what to do or talk or say or what. And so why did that happen to me? Because I literally saw my whole life for a week. I literally had Thanksgiving dinner with IVs inside of me, not knowing why the hell I'm here, why I got sick. And these people are like, yeah, you've got a terrible bacteria infection, you've got bacteria in your blood. I was throwing up, I couldn't eat anything, I couldn't drink anything. I mean, I was literally there for a week, and they're like, well, hopefully this works. And for, I don't know, 6 months, I mean, my boyfriend would go to work, I would take my kid to school, and then I'd come home and I'd sleep all day. Not because I'm lazy, not because I'm depressed, not because of any of that, just because I could not do anything else but sleep, y'all. I mean, it was miserable, it was terrible. And if I wasn't sleeping, I was laying in bed and I was thinking. If I wasn't thinking, I was praying. And then I started going to see specialists, and I was like, dude, I must have narcolepsy because I cannot stay awake. I could eat vegetables, I could not drink any sodas. I could drink sodas or I could drink coffee, I could drink water all day. It didn't matter. Nothing was helping, nothing was working. I literally just wasn't me anymore. And I was like, dear God, this cannot be my life. Like, I'm not going to just go and have all these hopes and aspirations and dreams and be this person and all these friends that look up to me and all these family members that look up to me, and then all of a sudden now here I am just gonna sleep my life away, not do anything. Like, I have purpose, I have meaning, I just don't know how to get there. I'm working out a plan and all these baby steps and all of these decisions that I'm doing are definitely for the greater good, not just myself, but for everybody, I hope. And I hope one day, soon, that we're going to start seeing a lot of change. And why? Because we're all going to just wake up and be like, you know what? I need to change. I need to be whatever I am, responsible, mature, loyal, hard worker, dependable, reliable, whatever it is. You could be a little bit better at what you're already good at. Okay? And mine is people. It always has been, it always will be. I can't say I can go into anywhere in my whole life where I did not feel comfortable in front of somebody. I didn't care. I had never met a stranger. You have a heartbeat just like I do. You got blood inside you just like I do. You got a smile. You got eyes for the most part, you know. What makes me better than you? What makes you better than me? Nothing, y'all. Maybe our life decisions, but at the end of the day, a sin's a sin is a sin. If you're a Christian and I'm a Christian, it doesn't matter what you've done, doesn't matter what I've done. We're both going to the same place. You're still my sister. You're still my brother. I still have God as my father. You still have God as your father. You understand? Comprende? I think when we all start getting off our little, oh my God, well, my house is nicer than you, and I have a better job than you, or whatever it is, because that's what the world has got us to believe. Like, the Kardashians and all of these reality shows, like, what are y'all actually learning? Like, is it substance or is it just like stuff to watch to be like, oh my God, it's drama and it's funny and I love it. Oh, okay, I get it. It's cool for a moment, but like, is it actually bringing you closer to God? Is it actually bringing you to be a better person? Is it helping you change your life more positive? Or is it making you like, oh, I just want to eat more and be more depressed? Or like, are you taking care of your body, your soul, your mind? Or are you just feeding into whatever the world's telling you to feed into? And are you wanting to have all these surgeries because you don't feel like you're pretty enough because you watch too much thinking that you're not good enough because that's not what you look like? That's bullshit. It's bullshit. And if I don't stop now, I'm just going to go on, and we'll be talking all day, and I'm still in my PJs, and I want to put my eyelashes on. I need to eat a banana, and my kid just woke up because he didn't go to sleep till like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I probably need to make taquitos for him, and then I need to think of some songs because I need to stop talking and have my brain going as crazy as it is. And I need to relieve my own stress. So hopefully y'all have learned something. Yeah, welcome to my crazy life. Leslie Nicole, subscribe, and happy Sunday.